I know it's happened in a few episodes.
I didn't get to watch all of them. I think I started on the one with the boxer with his
Oh,
drug past.
Cap?
Yeah, Cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him back on eventually.
I just started watching that like I think last week whenever you told me about it,
Oh, yeah?
and I was just like, damn.
You just started binging them?
No, I just started watching like certain ones
Like the
like
ones that look interesting.
that look interesting, like
Mm-hmm.
Julia's. Like I never knew much. Like she told me about the whole film industry and acting,
Mm-hmm.
cause like I'm trying to be an actor too, and
Oh, shit, really?
she's told me some things about it, right? And I've talked to like her boyfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cause him and me we used to go to the rec, right? To
Yeah.
work out, cause he's asked me like countless times, like, yo, I want to get into shape, help me
Mm-hmm.
out, right? I'm like, all right, like, what's your schedule looking like? So that's how it always be. And so I would tell him, like, how my auditions would go, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And as of right now, there's really nothing at all
Yeah.
because of this pandemic, which I think is perfect, you know?
You were in theater, right?
Yeah.
How long?
In high school, like 2 years. Like 2 years in high school. I mean, I
Mm.
really didn't do much, like, huge, which I wasn't really hoping for.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, I wanted to learn, like, you know, what it's like being from the background and then moving up forward. Even, like, till last year, I went on a set for a TV show that's going to come out in 2021 now.
Oh, really? Which one?
It's going to be called Panic.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to stream on Amazon Prime, actually. So, technically, I'm employed by both parties.
Oh, shit. There
So,
you go.
I know, right?
Do you get any benefits working for Amazon? As in, like,
Oh,
you
and
get...
the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
labor,
Uh-huh.
labor-wise, 10% discount
Off of Prime or just off
off
of any
of,
product?
well, not any product, because there's like some that are like international that they would have to ship here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's really weird. It's like people expect it to people think it's like eBay, you know, where like it's like listed right there, but it's like, oh, it's not local, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
as like it's either, you know, country wise or like international or national or
Yeah.
international wise. It's actually a combination of both and local.
Mm-hmm.
So like as I described, Capel, the location of Capel has like 5 warehouses like near each other.
Ooh. But
Like
they're huge, aren't
but they're
they?
huge, yeah. Like as I mentioned to you, there's like I have a coworker, well, a friend, who works the one across from me in the. Well, I can't say the name because I don't want to like.
Yeah, yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, so keep that anonymous. But
Let's just call it Place B.
the place B, so it would be like 100-meter walk just to like make it to his
Mm-hmm.
his facility versus mine. Mine, I'm just right there, you know. I'm only used to mine, and actually, my facility is actually a tour facility. They're not all the same, actually.
Really?
Yeah, so like for us, we deal with the orders that people place.
Mm-hmm.
So like next, you know, like we don't see what the order is. All we know is we just process them and then process them, you know, get them to the packers where they pack them, put them on this huge conveyor belt where they just get sent to the next step, which is where they get the sticker plastered of the address, right? And
Yeah.
after that, into the trucks where in the morning they're going to get delivered or in
That's
the afternoon.
yeah. It's very interesting, like how their model has grown, like in this decade, really.
Yeah,
Because
from
even
what
in 2010, Amazon was like, it was big, but it wasn't like a household name
mhm
like nowadays, where you can just get literally anything off of Amazon.
even like fresh produce like
Yeah,
of like the
yeah,
grocery
yeah,
stores,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And they have that, and then now they have like Amazon Prime, so you can like stream stuff.
Mhm.
I know, or I think the podcast's on like Amazon Podcast. No, I'm honestly not sure. I don't think it is
About what?
the podcast, like my episode. But no, I don't think it is. I don't think they have one. I know it's on Google.
On Google?
Yeah, like the Google podcast.
Oh, where like they already have them like preset.
Yeah, or like just like you can stream it on there.
Ah,
Cause you
okay.
can stream it. Cause I have it on Anchor, or like that's the host website,
Mhm.
and then they'll distribute it to a bunch of like different ones. So like obviously, I push for Spotify because that's the one most people have.
Yeah.
So like that's the one I advertise the most, but I'll still have the link up so people can go. So like if you have Apple, for example, or
Mhm.
iTunes, like, you can go there or Stitcher. Like basically wherever you stream episodes.
Really anywhere.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not like, do you even use Facebook?
I don't actually. I don't know how it works.
Really? I
I
don't
mean,
either.
I have a Facebook. I just don't know how it works. I just have it.
All I know is just how to decline and accept friend requests, whether or not I get sent like messages from like family,
Mm,
because that's what I just mainly use it
yeah.
for.
I know how to stalk people on Facebook.
I think honestly that's like the number one thing that like uh honestly like Generation Y knows how to use.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because
No.
us, we're like, I want to say for us, we're like in the middle.
Mhm.
Because like because I know whenever I started it, when I first made a Facebook, I was like, whoa, this is like so cool. And then slowly over time, I'm just like, oh,
It's
like,
not.
hey grandma, how's the family? You know,
Yeah.
I'm like every now and then, or like you know with like aunts and uncles, you know,
Mhm.
or cousins really.
Yeah. No, like I have an Instagram for the podcast, and of course I have my own. Snapchat, I just have mine, and
Yeah, I just realized because I saw you like post it I think yesterday or this
yeah,
morning,
something like that. I
and
don't know.
I was like, oh, he actually has an Instagram for the podcast channel.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's cool.
that one's difficult to run though, cause I can't really like. Well, I could like have little snippets of episodes, but that would just be way too much work. 'Cause I have to find like the exact like timestamps and
Mhm.
then cut that out,
It's just too
etc.
lengthy.
It's way too much. So I'm like, I'll just have people listen and whatever they find interesting.
Oh, they find
Yeah,
interesting. Tune
so
into that.
yeah, so like recently I just started trying to make posts about what we talked about. So like in the
Mhm.
last one I had shout out to the Big Texan by the way. Their Instagram followed me.
Really?
Yeah.
Big text, huh?
Yeah, the Big Texan Steakhouse. Shout out to them. That's some good ass.
That's good advertising right there.
It's a good ass fucking steakhouse. You ever been?
I've
It's in
never been
Amarillo.
there.
Damn.
I've never been there.
Yeah, we were talking about it last episode where you can get a free 72-ounce steak if you eat it under an hour.
Under an hour.
Hmm.
God dang. That's like, dude, that's like a power lifter's breakfast right there, you
No,
know?
you want to know what the record is?
What?
It's 20 minutes.
God dang.
And it was a girl. She didn't weigh more
What?
than 130 pounds. And
Bro,
she was little.
she was little?
She ate 3 of those 20 minutes.
Three of those suckers, huh?
Hmm.
God. She must have starved herself for
No,
that.
you can't starve
I know.
yourself. That's what we're having that exact same like
Like,
discussion and
she must have, like, it just sounds, it
they just
sounds,
have to train because you have to stretch out your
your
stomach.
stomach, yeah. I know some people eat, lettuce, because it helps,
Mm,
like, somewhat expand your stomach.
yeah, because that's really what they have to do. They have to train their stomach and they have to
Mm-hmm.
stretch it out. But they can't starve themselves because all that does is it makes your stomach smaller. That's why when you're trying to cut weight and like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people that have experience with that, they know that the first thing they'll do is they'll either eat in like intervals. So
Mm-hmm.
like the interval diet. So like from this time to this time, they won't have anything, just water.
Yeah.
And then like after that, they can eat a small meal. Or then there's these other ones where it's like every 20 minutes or so, you have
Yeah.
like a small meal. So that way that the metabolism speeds up.
Mm.
And there's a lot of those. Just you have to train your stomach for it. And I really don't know how competitive eaters do it.
I don't know either. I've just seen it from the stands, you know, just seeing how the
Hmm.
competitions go when it comes to like hot dogs or like pies, you know, your typical food competitions, you
Oh
know.
yeah.
You know, just your typical stuff, really.
Man versus food.
I don't think I've ever
Really?
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Really? That was a good show.
I've not seen a lot of things, if I'm gonna be honest,
Really?
that are like really mainstream. Like a
Mm-hmm.
huge example would be,
Try to get a little closer.
I don't want to get, you know, bashed on this, but it is true. I've never seen like Family Guy, South Park.
Really?
Like you name all of it. Like I have not seen it. Like if anything, I hate South Park.
What?
I can't get into it.
Why? Really?
It's just I don't know. It's just so dumb. Like you could see it from a mile away where it's gonna go. I don't know. That's just me. But I don't know. People have different.
No, I.
People have different like sense of
Oh
humor.
yeah, for sure. I love South Park.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think
Yes,
you
yeah, yeah, yeah.
do.
I don't know how they get away with that,
I don't know either. How
but
long have they been going for?
like 99.
99.
No, that's Family Guy.
I'll
No,
say like
they're
a solid 2 decades.
yeah, yeah,
Let's
yeah.
just agree
They're
with that.
close.
A solid
They
two
were
decades.
early 2000. If it was in 99, like late 90s, it was early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like all I know is I never got into it. I think no, I did watch this one movie with like years ago with some friends, but that was really it. And I was just like cringing the whole time. If anything, I was just having a conversation with a friend next to me who they weren't even interested in it at all. So I was just like, okay, this is perfect. I could talk to somebody
Yeah.
while passing time with
While
this
that show
ridiculous
goes on.
movie.
No, the thing with South Park though, it's like it has zero filter. They do not give a
Yeah,
fuck,
they don't
and
give a
that's what I
shit.
love about them. Like I remember in the movie, like and they have a, or I think they have a few movies, but like the big ones.
No, the one that I saw was when I don't remember his name. It's the boy with the orange jacket whose face
Kenny.
is literally covered. Kenny.
Eh.
Didn't he goes to hell, and then he talks to like, and then
he talks to Satan.
to Satan, and then he describes about how he has like a gay relationship with someone.
With Saddam Hussein.
There you
That's
go.
what I was gonna get to.
That one. That's the one that I saw.
That's when I was gonna get
If
to.
anything-
Like how the fuck?
If anything,
And then I love how Satan is like the emotional one. He's like, nah, Saddam, hang on. I want to see how this works out.
yeah.
And like he was trying to do his thing, and then Saddam's like, nah, come on, Satan, let's fuck.
Yeah.
And Saddam's
was-
like, no.
if
like,
anything,
the
that
prophecy's
part-
working out.
If anything, that part I actually paid attention to because it was just too funny.
That's the great thing about South Park.
Like I don't know. Some of them are like ridiculous. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've seen like the memes everywhere, you know, or the gifs,
Mhm.
or the gifs, whatever. Like they're obviously
Whatever,
relatable.
I do what I want.
Exactly. Or like, you know, retard alert, you know.
No, I remember one where the whole episode was about reading the terms and conditions, and then I think it was it already sounds stupid. I think it was it was Kyle. He didn't read them. He just accepted because it was like there was a new Apple product coming out, and then everyone was cool about it, and then like everyone's like, hold on, dude, we gotta read these, and then Kyle's like, no, wait, you just accept, just click accept, whatever. And because he clicked accept, like they just shat on him the whole episode. Like a guy came out of nowhere, he just, like beats the shit out of him, and he's like, dude, what the fuck? And the guy's like, hey, you accepted.
You accept that.
Here, I gotta look this one up, but
Now you gotta look this up.
no. And then towards the end, Apple was making a new, like this new product.
Right.
You have to. I can't even describe it. You just have to see it. It
You
was
just have to see it, huh?
here. Was it? No, it wasn't this one. Hang on. But it was like a human centipede. That's literally what they did.
Man.
That's literally what they
no.
did. And then it was part of the terms and conditions.
Oh no.
So they said like, hey, you were okay with this. You accepted.
Oh. That's so bad.
And then like you can just see Cartman. Here. It's called the Human Centipede.
Centipede, what the heck?
Yeah. So it's like you got an Asian guy in the
boy.
front, and then you have Kyle in the
Just like
middle,
the movie,
and then you
huh?
have like this girl in the back, and you have the iPad.
Dude, he's
in the
hanging.
back.
Oh,
and then like there's Steve Jobs, like, hey bro, you accepted. You
oh
can't. do
my
shit."
god, with
Like,
the
it's in-
lawsuit papers.
Yeah, it's like, bro, it's in the terms and conditions. You accepted. And like they have to eat like this really weird thing, and then like the
Oh, just
Asian,
like the movie, just like the
and like
movie.
the Asian guy takes a shit. Oh
Oh,
god,
obviously. Have you seen the movie?
I actually haven't
You've
seen it.
never seen the movie. Oh my, don't even watch it.
Don't watch
Whatever
it.
you seen it on South Park, that's good enough.
That's good. No, there's.
Also rip to the actors who had to sign up for that movie,
Mm,
cause their, oof, their status went
no,
downhill.
there was another one. This one's even more fucked up. I just realized they were fighting about their flag, and
Flag? What do you mean by flag?
no, like the South Park flag. Cause some
What do you
people,
mean?
cause some, it's
Just,
kind of yeah.
let me
So
reiterate. I've never seen the show fully, so I
yeah,
don't know a
yeah,
lot of
yeah, yeah.
things.
So I mean, it's just basically in general, cause they just make fun of like current events, which I think is the best
Anything
thing.
really.
Yeah, they'll make fun of any. So they were making fun of the South Park flag,
Mhm.
and then like half of the town was saying like, oh yeah, it has to do with history, blah blah blah, and the other
What is their
half,
flag?
I'm gonna show you in a second.
Oh.
And like one of them is like, it's like, yeah, it has to do, it's the town's history, blah blah blah, and then the other one's
Mhm.
like, yeah, but it's really fucked up. So what you can see if you look up the South Park flag, it's
Oh
four,
shoot.
it's four white figures,
And then
and then you have one in the middle, and it's a black one that
Jesus
seems
Christ.
to be hanging, and the other four white ones are
Are
celebrating.
celebrating reminds me of Hangman right there.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That's messed up.
And then like the whole episode they were going back and forth. And
About
then
it, huh?
of course they got the children to put it up to debate.
To
And like
reenact it or what?
or they basically had a debate in the school, and
Uh-huh.
basically like whoever won what's what happened to the flag.
Uh-huh. If one team won,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
flag doesn't get
Like half of them
changed.
half of
Yeah.
them wanted like that to debate why
Mhm.
it should get changed, and the other half was like, nah, fuck it.
Just leave
And yeah.
it.
And they were basically like the kids that weren't against it, like we see nothing wrong with the flag. Like we didn't even see the white people. We just saw regular people. What they end up doing is
Oh god.
now it's
I'm kind of nervous to see.
now it's four different colored people
Oh
holding hands,
god.
and it's still the black one in the middle.
No, but there's a black one at the end right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, 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 but it's still the
It's
black
still the
one's still
same
getting
one.
But now they're all different colors. Like you have a white one, a yellow one, a red, and a black. And
It's
you have the
still
one in
same
the middle.
thing. It's still the same thing.
Well, yeah, because they were saying that killing is a part of history, so why change it? That
Oh,
was part of the
God.
argument.
I mean, they're not wrong about that.
And it kind of goes. They were poking fun at like the Confederate flag and like what
Oh,
they're
yeah.
trying to do with the whole, like not taking the statues down because it's
Mhm.
part of history, and the other half saying like, yeah, but they're really fucked up and racist.
Yeah, like almost every single comedy show really would
Basically.
touches bases on it.
Yeah, yeah, but that's kind of what was going on at the time, and like it's shit, it still goes on.
Yeah, it still does.
But I'm more of those of like, if I don't understand why they go so much for the Confederate flag. They'll say it's part of history. It wasn't even a country for more than 5 years. If you
Yeah,
think about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But yet they'll saying it's heritage, it's whatever. It's like you weren't even a country. Texas was a country for a longer period of time than that, really.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I really don't remember like much about the history.
Mm,
Cause I'm gonna be honest. I really didn't really pay attention to that.
you didn't pay attention in school.
I mean, I did to an extent, but like there was just some things where I'm just like, I mean, how many times are we gonna relearn the same thing over and over? You know.
True.
So I just like, Texas was first. Texas was Mexico, then obviously the war that we had with them.
Mhm.
We won Texas, and then what? Arizona too? Or did we already have that?
Well, from at least from what we're told in school is that
Yeah.
Texas or in 1836 was whenever Texas became its own country,
Mhm.
and then 1949 was or 1945 18 I'm sorry 1845 was
Mhm.
whenever they went broke, and they basically seceded into the union, or no, they went into the union, they joined, and then Mexico was broke at the time, so like they
Mhm.
somehow made up a deal. So the U.S. bought out like the rest of the Southwest.
Yeah, the Louisiana Purchase.
No, no,
Or,
no.
oh no, not that
The
one.
Southwest. The Louisiana Purchase was way before.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't remember.
Now the Southwest, like Arizona, New Mexico,
Mm.
California.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the Southwest. Louisiana's the other way.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
that's geography.
That's geography. Golly. See, already been a year. I don't remember much.
So what have you been up to other than working? Like you said, like talk about a little more about like the acting, like at
Mhm.
least in your part.
In my part, let's see. It's not local.
It's not.
It's not local. Uh, the place, well, the set location for this show is in Austin.
Mhm.
So, and the cast, or well, the casting location is also in Austin. So, I actually had to drive down there.
Mm.
Solid 4 hours, Excuse me, but each location is like set in different places, like around surrounding Austin,
Mm.
like Wimberley or San Marcos, or there was one that I went for, like this rodeo scene that we had. I really don't remember it, but it was basically like southeast of Austin, because Wimberley was southwest. Honestly, if you do get a chance to go like to Austin, check out Wimberley because it's like a really nice place.
Really.
Yeah, like the set was like up in like this cabinish hotel,
Mhm.
and like the place around there was like full of like mountains. So like it would this I think, yes, like filming was set in December, and no, was it in December? It was. I don't remember. I don't remember much, but like all I remember was we had to, obviously when I drove like uphill and like all the way up to like certain hilltops, and next there's like mountains from like further across, right? And you're just like, "Oh my God, like how big is this place?" Cuz it's like half of it is like country, wilderness, and then the other half is like sort of suburban town
Like a
and
small
city.
town.
Yeah.
Was
Yep.
it a small town or more of a suburb?
It was like in between,
Mm.
I really don't know how to describe it. It's like in between.
Yeah.
Cause like if you go like 20 minutes a specific way, there's like Walmart, the speed, like the highway and the bridges where they split. Same thing that we have here.
Mhm.
Uh, but and then if you go 20 minutes the other way, it's just hills,
Yeah.
mountains, trees. You know the whole thing.
Yeah.
And obviously there's the barricades that block off, people from going in.
Mhm.
So, but Wimberley, I would love to go there again
Yeah.
because honestly, it was like a stress relief area.
Mhm.
Even though like I'm going in to be like a background actor,
Mm.
like I ended up like making it on a scene with like the main actors for the show.
Oh really?
Yes, and like I was talking to one of these guys, right? And I didn't know he was like one of the main cast, right? And actually, no, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm like part of the main cast. All right, get ready, y'all." And I'm like, "Yo, what?" And next, the whole, like and action, the whole thing starts running. We have dialogue. I have dialogue. I am talking to two of them, a male. Well, yeah, no, two guys really. The female lead was right there. I didn't get a chance to talk to her at all. But from what I heard, she was really chill.
Mhm.
I don't know much. I don't know much about like the main cast, but like I did see an actor from 13 Reasons Why.
Really?
Yeah, he's the one who plays the goth genius.
Mhm.
Have you seen the show by any chance?
I've seen like snippets of it, but I haven't
Snippets
sat down.
and fully watched it.
Yeah.
I think he appears in the second season, if I'm right or wrong. I don't
Mhm.
remember, but like, he becomes he reoccurs throughout the show with like actual scenes. So he's, in that universe of that show
Mhm.
of where it takes place. So I actually got to see him. I got to say, yo, I can't believe it. You know, you're actually right here. I don't even remember his name because everything happens so fast. Like especially when they're like trying to rerun a scene that they want to reshoot, then it's like, you know, time goes by really quick, and you know, okay, everybody get ready, makeup's on point, the whole shebang, right? And you barely have time to really talk. Not
Mm.
only that, it's like really cold, and everybody's freezing, and
Oh, it was in the winter.
we're trying to shoot a summer pool party scene.
Ooh.
Let me tell you, I had really bad like pieces of my skin on my hands and around the knuckles really that like had like what that were chipped because of like how cold it was.
Mm.
Honestly, I should have checked like the temperature, but me thinking, oh no, it's down south, it's gonna be a little warmer. No, I'm stupid. The altitude of how high you go
Yeah.
changes. So
Yeah, it gets pretty cold down there.
especially in like in Wimberley, it does
Yeah, 'cause it's outside and then there's a bunch of trees and shit.
for sure. And actually, I didn't know this. I was talking to a coworker who actually went down there, and he went to Austin,
Mm.
University of Austin.
Yeah.
He goes there. Well, not went there. Um, he told me around the same time that I pulled up. Actually, there was actually a massive flood that covered up like a large amount of places. Apparently, especially in like the San Marcos area.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember how recently it was. I mean, it was recent, like 2019. So, from what he told me, like little creeks of like streams, like you'd see that are like about as wide as a car. Next to you know, they're like a mile wide long.
Wow, really?
Yeah, especially like in the area that he was in. I don't remember where it was,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't really notice it because obviously I'm not a local there. I'm more local here, so
Yeah.
but like I could definitely tell, not like now looking back and remembering how things were, I did notice like a lot of things that were like really weird. Like whenever I had to drive to like this Airbnb that they had purchased for me, just like had it set right there for one night, and then the rest I'd have to pay out of my pocket. It was I had to drive like down like this steep hill. It was like a concrete bridge that went through this river, right? But like there was like there was like holes under it so like water could still pass through it. It was like a weird bridge. I don't know how to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it seems like a dam that's blocking the water,
Yeah.
but like there's holes like under it so that water can still go through.
That sounds sketchy.
And I know, right? Especially going downhill and then having to go through like that weird slopish point and then having to go back up. It was weird, but like I noticed because there was water actually coming over it, and I was like, I wonder if it rained because it looked dry. I was like, it couldn't have rained more than like a few days ago because it looks dry and you can tell whether or not, you know, it hasn't rained in like a few days, because if it hasn't rained in a few days it just looks dry to you, you know, like you know, leaves aren't wet or like anything really that looks subtly that wet, you know, or moist, you know.
Mm.
So
Yeah, I do love the like being outside over there, like Texas Hill Country. I love
yeah,
it.
it's amazing. I would definitely like to go again, not for film reasons though, you know.
Yeah, I went camping there once. It was
Oh, in Wimberley,
no, not Wimberley. It was just like outside of Austin.
outside of
Yeah,
Austin.
it was actually closer to fuck, what's the name? Like Colleen or
Colleen.
Killeen, something like Killeen. It's like close to Fort Hood, to where that area is, but it's still further down south.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think
Killeen,
it's
right?
like,
That's what it's called.
I don't remember, but
Yeah.
from what I've seen in like the possible
Mhm.
locations that
Mhm.
they've told us, yeah, I
Yeah.
think I've sort of crossed it.
Yeah, it was about an hour and a half west of Austin, so it's like right in the hills. So it was beautiful.
Mhm.
It was like in March, but it was still cold though.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was still a good experience.
Mhm.
Hmm.
It's beautiful. Yeah. Definitely city life. You can't live in city life for too long, you know.
Yeah.
It gets tiring in my opinion.
Yeah, it's good. There's so much going on, and like
Mhm.
especially now, like how fast technology has been going on in like the past decade.
Oh god,
Like
yeah.
humans,
I
like
might as well like live under a rock, you know. I could be fine.
yeah, like quite literally, cause humans aren't evolved to be this way. Like we evolved to be social, but we
Yeah.
also evolved to be outside.
Mhm.
And then like now social media, all this things like you can be out inside with talking to people all day, but you're not gonna have that human interaction.
Yeah,
So that's
physical.
yeah. So that's where you start going crazy. Like right now, like it's like one thing I like about this, 'cause I get to have like that one on one with someone,
Yeah.
but and it's something that we really lack today as a society.
Especially right now with this pandemic, yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Like what's it called? Uh Back onto the Amazon thing. It was weird working there at first. I'll try to speak up.
Yeah.
It felt weird like starting because
Once you start,
already I started like early April.
oh
So
yeah,
like
that was
I've been there for a solid 4 months now.
yeah, but that was right at the beginning almost.
Like almost the beginning of the pandemic.
Mhm.
Well, before right when the pandemic started, like around like mid-March, I actually went to go for a fitting for this said TV show. Next you
Is
know,
it the same one or
same one,
different?
yeah, same one. Next you know, I pull up to set and they tell me I pull up to these main people where they give us the papers, gotta sign them again, tell them, no phones, no, you basically can't really describe what's it gonna be about, right? Uh, and next you know, it's not like that anymore. It was, uh, we're not filming, go home, sign this paper before you leave, and have a good day, right? And I'm just like, hey. But like I recognized one of the higher ups of like one of the producers, and I was like, hey, what's going on? He's like, well, since this whole COVID-19 has been stirring up, we're gonna cancel all filming, all shoot dates that was gonna happen that following week, actually. So we weren't gonna be shooting for a while, and it's already been 4 months since we last gotten an email. I mean, they have sent an email saying like, stay safe, like precaution to do whatnot, but shooting will resume later this year, which I highly doubt.
Have they given it like a time or like a deadline when they want to start shooting again or not yet?
No, it's still undetermined.
Mm.
It's just like how one of the previous people who came here,
Mhm.
how they described how it's like everything is undetermined.
Yeah.
Everything is different, especially when it comes to film and not theater.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's very weird in a sense of way, because next you're filming a future scene, oh well, a present scene, and then next you're filming
Yeah,
a
it's like all
past scene.
bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of weird though.
Yeah, so right around there, I was still working at H&M at the time, and
Shout out to H&M.
shout out to H&M. Not really. When I came back, I had to explain the whole situation to my general manager, right? And he's like, all right, well, just to let you know, we might actually start putting these precautions, like cutting hours of sort, right? And I was like, all right, well, I'm up for it, right? Less people pulling up, more time to work on the store, how pretty it looks, and then just chill after that. Yeah, I think after like 2 weeks, 3 weeks actually, we get. I literally started my car. Next, oh, hey Luigi, like one of my coworkers, hey Luigi, you're coming in at 2:30, right? I'm like, yeah. Why? What's up? Don't bother coming. They just closed us down. I'm like, are you serious? I was like, really? Like they shut us down that quick? He's like, yeah. Like we just got a call, not even 10 minutes ago, from like, I'm assuming like the director of Texas, or whoever really,
Mhm.
that lets all of us know. And then I think from there I started Snapchatting other employees that I had their info, and just told them, hey, like we shut down, and be prepared to receive like a message or email from our managers to letting us know when's the any updates, you know. And I wasn't gonna wait, so I already knew acting was gonna be it's gonna be on hold for a while, and it's been a while already, 4 months already. So obviously 3 months since H&M. Okay, now I'm I'm jobless. You know, I don't wanna fill out the unemployment. You know, because that's what everybody was frantically doing. Also, you know, selling their stocks to make money at least. You know, and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. And I think it was like 2 weeks after I made the huge decision of working at an Amazon warehouse. I think this has probably been like the most interesting decision I've made because I want to say from hearing others that worked in warehouses, not from Amazon, but like other ones like USPS, UPS, FedEx, you name it, they've all had like awful experiences, right? But then you hear some of the good ones and you're like, well, you know, it doesn't really outweigh how bad, you know, labor is. And I just said, you know what? Fuck it. This is what I'm going to be doing for a while because I know this pandemic isn't going to, you know, it's not going to disappear in 2 months, you know, as people are saying, you know. Even trying to quarantine or like enforce in quarantine, you know, even us Texas, we weren't even giving a single fuck. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I just said I just submitted. There was no even resume. It was just they pick up anybody. So you could be a convict coming out of jail, really, or prison, and you could get a job right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
But there was some precautionaries that they have set. It's unusual because I mean, obviously, women. I'm not discriminating or anything, but some women do drugs, and they look incredibly innocent. And next thing you know, they're like, okay, you don't have to do the drug test, which is a cheek swab for your saliva. Next thing you know, for me, I look like the most normal person out there. I don't look like anything, you know, intimidating. Next thing you know, I got two police officers standing next to me. Okay, you're now gonna perform the cheek swab drug test. And I'm like, do I need this much security around me? Like it was that crazy. But obviously they have their precautions, so I wasn't tripping about it. But obviously in a different point of view, you know, it is sort of, you know, discrimination towards gender in a sense of way, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get too
It's
much
kind of like
into
that
that.
double standards, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. So, it was literally the most easiest what coming in
Yeah.
to sign up those papers and whatever. So, and then 4 hours later of orientation because they did orientation in person at first. Not anymore. Now they do it through computer, which is where you get paid. So you get paid like 4 hours, 5 hours of work. You're just really sitting down on a desk or on your bed with a laptop or your phone, really. So, and that's what I did. I just got paid what, 17 $17.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, for for just chilling on my bed for 5 hours. So
Well, shit.
I know, nifty paycheck right there. And then first day, I was nervous as hell. Whew, let me tell you, when their precautions with COVID are strict, they are really strict to the bone. I swear, like the person that you stood next to, I want to say it was like about not. It wasn't like 6 feet apart. It was like 9 feet apart. Because I'm gonna get into this later, but obviously they want to take these precautions serious. So, you know, they give us our masks, which were the disposable ones, not the rewashable or reusable, whatever. Which is not what we have. Or well, you have the choice to use the disposable ones if you want, but I just use the reusable one. So I feel better wearing it. I don't heat up in my face, you know. So especially working 12 hours overnight, especially you don't want to, you know, feel this heat, you know, especially right now since it's like already the middle of summer,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't want to already feel hot as it is. So when it comes to that, no, coming in, they pick you out. They give you a snippet of what you're gonna do. You don't really have a choice. I mean, you do have a choice. If you don't like it, go to HR. They could sort whatever out, right? And be done. Their HR system is really, really accessible. Like, it does not take fucking months for like other places. It takes literally minutes to solve an issue. If not, if the issue is like major, then yeah, it'll take some time. But if it's like a minor one, like, hey, I wanna convert from stowing to sort. All right, we're just gonna have to get like your supervising manager here, sorted out within like the next shift or the one after or possibly the next week, and we can have that sort out. Next, you know, I heard somebody went from stow to sort within like a 6 hour period, literally like that same day, and I'm just like, golly, you know. Next, you know, he has a whole new routine that he has to work on. So, um, for those that don't know, when it comes to like Amazon, I'm sure like other places do have this system, but they have like people who obviously get the products like like a 24 can pack of Coke, you know, in the box. We have that in the facility. Like, we don't go out to like the nearest supermarket to buy it. We already have it in our facility, um, wherever it is. Like, I've seen like half of the facility is literally all of your appliances that you need. When it comes down to like shampoo, toothbrush, blankets, mattresses, bathtubs. I'm talking like from whatever range it is that you're looking for, we already have it. But my facility is a little different from the next one because that one next to mine, they do they're what they call the AMXL. They're the ones that deal with like refrigerators, tables, as I mentioned, mattresses and bathtubs, you know? They're the ones I mentioned. They're the ones that do all the heavy lifting. Me, I just let me just scan this water bottle and just throw it in this cubby, right? And confirm that it's there. That's it. Or like even sex dolls. I would have to like process through. I mean, hey, it's quarantine. People do crazy things, you know?
That's very true.
Like if you don't think you won't see it, I've definitely seen it all. I've seen it all. I've touched it all. It's messy.
Yeah, shit, I bet. I mean,
um
it's a $1 trillion company.
yeah, it really is. And like my facility, we're still trying to like bring back that $2 increase pay
Mhm.
because like the minimal, actually the original pay wage is 15. But when I started, they had a $2 increase because of COVID, and they also had double overtime. So instead of time and a half, it was double. So instead of like 15 or like, 15 overtime, it'll be 22.50. You're really getting the whole 30. I mean, obviously without the tax deduction.
Yeah.
So that was like the whole like shebang that was going on for like the two first months. And then June rolled around, a lot of people left. In my facility, excuse me, we hired over 400 people, me included. And obviously not all the 400 stayed. Like my group that I came in my first day with, only one person is still there with me.
Out of how many?
I want to say like 30
Ooh.
out of 30, yeah. And I remember this guy who was complaining the entire time during orientation about like how the brake system works, because like it's 12 hours, you're only getting a 30-minute off the clock lunch break, and that kind of doesn't make sense, you're thinking, what the hell, you're only getting a 30-minute break for this much labor that you're gonna do? Are you serious? I want to say each facility is different because mine is for sure different. And this guy was complaining about it the whole time. Eventually, this lady, one of the process assistants, got fed up. Um, what was it? Accompanying him to the facility leadership, which is like the area leadership where they have to manage the place, or like the manager, or you should say it's
Mm-hmm.
different there. But he just said, "All right, in a few minutes, I'll walk you to HR to discuss your issue." Next shift, I heard that was his first his first day and only day he will ever come to H&M. They paid him his whole full day shift,
Wait, H
including,
and M or
I mean
Amazon?
Amazon. My bad,
Oh, okay.
Amazon. Excuse me. So he got his 12-hour pay, including the 4 hour to 5 hour orientation pay. So I think he went home with like $300. Yeah,
From that one day.
for that one day, including the orientation.
Mm.
So it was ridiculous. Um, I want to say my work of line is pretty easy. It's sort. There's two terms. It's induct and rebin. I know not all facilities have rebin or induct, so I want to say mine is special or unique or different, whatever you want to say it is. So line of work is easy. I'm on my feet, obviously. Really, I'm on my feet for like 11 hours because in my facility we have like a 35-minute on the clock and a 20 to 25-minute on the clock. So that counts as an hour already on the clock break. So I'm getting paid to eat and chill. So
Yeah.
I think that's like the good part from working like that
Yeah.
ridiculous 12-hour shift that obviously nobody wants to work, but it's an easy 3 day, well, 3 overnight days and 36 hours. So me, it's pretty easy. I get through it really quick, and I've been taking that overtime opportunities that they have. So getting overtime is super easy, and obviously seeing a bigger paycheck than your usual
Yeah.
is a lot better.
So it's only just 3 days, and then you have the other 4 off.
Well, like 3.5 really,
Mm.
cause like you're coming home like around like 7:30, based on like where you live.
In the morning.
Like in the morning,
Yeah.
yeah, in the morning. So obviously, I take my precautions. I don't want to bring any, you know, bacteria or infections to the house. So
Mm-hmm.
remove everything, go in the shower, come out. All right, disinfect my phone, my lunchbox, and my fanny pack, and my keys. I can't
Yeah.
forget my car keys. So that's my usual routine.
So going back, because you said that Amazon, like working at Amazon's like the most interesting decision you've made. Like,
Mhm.
what do you mean by interesting?
because because of past stories, like for example, my brother-in-law, he used to work at, when I first met him, he used to work at was it a UPS? I don't remember. It was one of like those branch mailing postal service, right? It was climate controlled. So in that facility was hot as balls. You were working in a sauna. And whenever I was over at my sister house, my older sister's house, at the time they weren't together due to personal reasons. Whenever I'd see him come home like around, literally like around 11 at night, because he has a city job. He works around the SMU area, Mesquitish, right around there. Not too far. It's like a 30-minute drive. But oh, um, he had that job as a second, just another second job for more income. He would come home and I would see him take off his shirt. He would have like bruises on like his chest, um, stomach, and like arm regions, right? Even as far as like having like a huge one like on his back. Like working in like those places, me thinking, oh shit, I'm gonna have to work at Amazon now. So if it's gonna be like that, I hope I can make it at least 3 months, because you need to work like 3 months in order to get the Blue Cross shield.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically get any injury that happens to me, I'm covered. So medical expenses, not like dental or
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
just the necessary one that you need. So after making that decision of working there, But back to that, I was just timid in like applying, you know? Because it's almost the same. Like they're like similar when it comes to postal service. Like, product, pack it, send it, mail it, you name it, right? But in really, it's really different. I thought it was gonna be like the product is already in the box. All I gotta do is just throw it in the slam next to wherever it needs to be sent. Like this one is gonna go in Addison. This one is gonna go to Oak Cliff. This one is gonna go to Frisco. Each truck has different destinations. You good?
I choked on the water, but go on.
I was just making sure you're okay. All right.
My bad.
No, you're good. It happens. But after like seeing all like the machinery of how it works in that facility that I work in, I want to say it's pretty easy. I mean, you're 6 feet apart, obviously from like a person next to me, because we rebin and there's always two people. There's two people rebinning, one person inducting, and then there's four packers right behind us, doing their thing. So it's easy work. Some days are slow, some days are fast. In reality, they say in my facility, the average number is like 650 items rebinned. That's like on average per hour. An hour you have to process 650 an hour. That's what they say their average is. Or they change it up on you to say like 660 or 680, right? Just to scare you.
Yeah.
Or like make you become one of like the best rebinners there. In reality, on an average, it's like 500, 510, 560.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, if somebody's like over 680, it's because they're working on a really fast station with fast packers. Like, we're only assigned 2 packers per person, per rebinner. So if you have fast packers, I hope you're ready for like that 11-hour shift, because you're just going to be moving consistently. And it also depends on your inductor, because you need to induct as many trays as they can.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to mine work, it's pretty easy. A lot of people tend to stay because 12 hours or 10 hours, really. It depends on like what shift schedule that you choose. Like no matter what you say, because there's like 3 options where it's like on your time, like your terms. You can come in whenever you want. You could come in on specific days, or you could come in on our set schedule. There's like 3 options. None of them are really what you want. So, like, I actually change them up each time because they're filtered. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do it at my own time. Nah, it's already set for you. There's no, oh, I can come in whenever I want, right? I feel entitled. Nah, you gotta work them no matter what. So, good luck to those who plan on applying there and hoping to find like perfect hours that suit them, because let me tell you, they don't suit me, because like I don't see my baby nephew a lot, but when I do get a chance to, like, I try to make as most time. I try to spend as much time with him now that he's like 8 months. So at first, like when I first started working, I got to spend some good time with him, but like around June and July, I didn't get to see him as much. So whenever I saw him again, obviously they're babies. After like 2 weeks, they don't remember you because their memory is so fragile. Like the first time I tried to hold him, I tried to reach out to him, he panicked. He was like, no. Like, he obviously, when somebody doesn't feel comfortable coming up to you, you tend to back away. And that's what he did. And I was just like, telling him, no, mi niño, que está bien, it's okay, it's me. No, he wasn't not having it.
Like, get off, you bitch.
Like, who the fuck are you, So when it came to that, obviously it slowly took some time for him to recognize it's me. Because whenever he was born, like in November, I think it was the 3rd day that like he was, here, his 3rd day being alive. I went to visit my sister, brother-in-law, and him, obviously. Like, I was there to see, her on the bed. Well, not actually see the whole birth happen, but before it happened, I was able to see her at least. And after that, I couldn't see her because I had work. So after the third day, I finally got to hold the baby. So that moment, it's just beautiful, holding a baby.
Yeah.
So having that connection, it was really beautiful. That whenever he stopped, like, wanting to be around me, it kind of hurt a bit. So, and that's when, like, my sister made the decision on, like, coming every weekends, or like from Friday to Saturday or Sunday to at least make him see me.
Yeah.
Because he's always seeing, like, my mom, my twin sister, obviously his parents, and then sometimes my dad, because sometimes he works the weekends, and then sometimes there's me for like about 30 minutes, and then after the 30 minutes, I'm getting ready for work. So now whenever I see him and I say his name, he looks at me and all smiles, right?
Yeah.
So that's like the best feeling already. Like, yes, I'm gonna keep this up. So
How many siblings do you have again?
a twin sister and an older sister.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't have any other sibling. I'm the only boy. So
Oh, okay.
only boy here. Let me tell you, when you're the only boy in a family, it's tough. Because, like, they expect a lot from you.
Really?
Um, Obviously, if you know from many different type of families, obviously it's the males that typically carry on, like, a specific thing. Well, not a specific thing, but like a specific tradition. Like, I want to say I don't want to say it because it sounds like stereotypical, but, like, I know this for Asian people, typically it's the males that take care of their parents
Yeah,
after
they take care. Yeah.
yeah, after they're old. I know, like, that's that. I think it's the same thing when it goes towards Indians.
Yeah, it goes with a lot of people.
A
Actually,
lot of
you'd
people,
be
really.
surprised. Yeah.
Because, I mean, not to be, racist or anything, but I don't see that with, like, a lot of white people. Typically, they
Oh,
just
no.
live off
Yeah.
their own, or, like, nursing homes.
Yeah.
But, like, when it comes to, like, when it comes to other people and races, everybody is still together.
Yeah, especially with, like, this mainly like Hispanic and Black people. Have you ever seen, like, it's just kind of the way we think, like, in terms of, like,
Family.
they took they took care of us while we were growing up. Like, now it's time
Now
to
we're gonna
repay.
take care of them
Like,
until
return
their
the
time
favor.
is their time is up.
Yeah, it's kind of like return the favor.
And to be honest, that's what I like.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know, to an extent, there's, like, a certain part of you that thinks, how long can I keep it up?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
You're doing your own thing now.
Yeah, and I don't know how that goes. I mean, we're not there yet.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
we have time, but even taking precautions, there's no way you can easily predict how it's gonna be.
Yeah.
So, for example, me, I'm the only boy, so I gotta carry on the family name, technically speaking, because now my older sister, her name is gonna get changed soon. So, and my twin sister, it's only a matter of time, well, years, till she has her last name changed. So I'm the only person who's gonna carry that. And not to be like, like, masculine about, like, I want a boy, like, only boys, right? To be honest, I don't care. I don't care if I have a girl or boy. I just want a child of my own,
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's just me. Like, I know some people are obviously set on having one specific gender. Me, I don't care. Like I've told this to my current girlfriend right now. We're, like, in a serious relationship, but we're taking it a day by day basis to see what our life will be. And I said, if we do happen to stay this long together, I don't care what gender our child will be. I just want a goddamn kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously,
it's good to have that.
To have that mentality. Yeah, I feel like everybody should have that, but then again, everybody's different. So
Yeah. I know my older brother's having a daughter, like, next month.
Next month. Wow.
Yeah.
Congrats. Send my congrats.
Yeah, he's over in London right now. So
London. Oh yeah, he's the one who lives in Germany.
No, he lives in London.
Or
he lived in Paris a few years ago.
I remember that.
Yeah,
okay, I remember that.
Yeah, so now he's in London.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's expecting next month.
Is this his first or
Yeah, it's his
his
first. Yeah.
first? Wow. The feeling is gonna be
Yeah, I
incredible.
know.
I know for sure.
I haven't talked to him. Like, it's fucked up. I haven't talked to him at all because I've been super busy. But like, shit, whenever she's born, like, I'll definitely hit him up. Like, hey, you're a
I
father, because
mean,
it really changes
really,
you.
all your family will hit him up. Really.
Well, yeah.
I mean, cause he's like across the continent, you know,
Like across the
across
ocean.
across the ocean. My
Yeah.
bad, but
Yeah.
I don't know. For mine, it was different. Well, not mine, but like my sister, it was different because she only had her side of the family, not the father's. You know.
Yeah.
So it was very different. So, and including my girlfriend, she was there with me, but
Yeah.
she wasn't there to stay to see it happen. She was there to see her before, not after.
Yeah.
Because right after it happened, obviously, I think through like that excruciating pain of giving birth, it changes a woman a lot. Like
Oh,
whenever
yeah.
I saw my sister like being, assisted through the wheelchair to her room that we were all waiting outside of, she didn't look like my sister at all.
Really.
That I remember, It just looked like a completely different person. She was pale, emotionless. It just looked like
Was this
some
before or after?
after the birthing process. It just looked like those people who will always be in, I don't know what the term is, in shock.
Yeah, because it's really a
The
traumatic
the traumatic experience, yeah. And like I just see her just coming down like I can't, I'm not gonna try to like trying to visually speak it, but like just emotionless.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like it was just, I don't know how to really describe
It's
it. Just
really,
a weird
yeah.
experience seeing this person that you've lived with your entire life, and then just see him completely brain dead
Yeah.
in a sense of way.
Yeah, because it's like, it's a traumatic experience, because you do know that birth is like
Oh yeah,
it's the second, or how do I say it? It's the second most painful experience that
a
a
human
human,
can endure.
yeah, after burning alive.
Oh really? Is the first one burning alive?
That's the number one.
Oh,
And then giving birth is number two.
number two. What's the third?
I don't remember, but I remember those two. And it's crazy how it's like giving birth with it, which is like, not that everyone does it, but it's super.
Visually seeing, it looks easy.
Oh, dude, no. I mean,
I mean, to some people, to me, obviously, I've grown up with mainly women in my life.
yeah.
No, it's excruciating painful.
Oh, yeah, no shit. Yeah,
But,
because the vagina is expanding like,
oh yeah,
10 times its size or
No,
whatever.
like 20.
Or 20,
20.
whatever it is. Fuck, dude,
Also
whatever
depends
it
on
is.
like how many children you're having, like twins. For example, my mom. I don't know how that was for her.
I've always wondered that. I've always wondered that.
All I know is whenever I ask her how it was like, all she would say was just like with Jesse the first time.
Like, no, what's it?
No, it wasn't. You had two. Actually, no. It was just like the first one with my older sister, because my twin sister, she actually had to get C-sectioned. She had the umbilical cord caught around her neck. So if she was gonna be born the natural way through the vagina, through the vagina,
Yeah.
she was gonna be dead already.
Yeah.
So after I came out, Doc already said, all right, we got to open her up. We got to save this baby, because if the baby is already coming out towards the way through the vagina, it's going to be dead.
Yeah, she's not going to make it out.
So obviously the whole process, open my mom up, take her out, cut the cord. She wasn't, crying automatically. So that was like another part that my parents were like really scared for their lives, because it takes some time for a baby to realize it's out, but not for that long, because there are stories where babies don't cry for like a solid minute or two, and it's like the most scary thing a parent could witness, especially for a first time.
It's because that's how they start breathing. That's how like whenever they're crying, they obviously have to exhale and inhale, so they know that they're breathing.
But like when it takes too long, that's like
Yeah, so like
that feeling starts to creep up
like
to
hit
you.
them or something.
Yeah, that's when
That's what they do. Like,
that's
they'll
what
hit
they did
'em.
with my sister. I think they hit her once,
Mhm.
and she finally,
Yeah, it started crying and like.
brought life to her.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's just like the
Oh
first
wow.
time, as my mom said.
Yeah. I don't know. I couldn't imagine it.
Um,
And then like Cap, have you seen those challenges that guys do? I mean, it's obviously guys. Like they'll have like that simulator and they'll put like
mhm.
a bunch of like different sensors on their stomach
Really?
and like they'll try to do that.
I've never seen those.
Really, like they're different ones. It's like a challenge they do to see
Uh huh.
like how or they can handle it.
Yeah.
And it's like I think level 5 is or they're all different. But like let's say
Yeah.
level 5 it's actual labor.
Actual like physically like
Yeah, like
that painful.
going into labor. That's
Mhm.
like the pain index, and most guys can only do like they can't even go for a minute.
Jesus, really?
Yeah, and then they'll just tap out,
Golly.
like
I don't think I could last for a
yeah,
minute.
I know I couldn't. Like I'm gonna be
I don't
honest,
think I don't
pops,
care how physically strong you are.
you're
You
not
could
gonna
be like Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the 70s,
you're not gonna fucking
and
do
you're
it.
not gonna fucking
You're
do it.
not. And they like some women go into labor for hours.
Mm, really? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah. It takes time for, um, I don't remember. I don't
like the
even know what it's called.
contractions,
The
like
contraction. It
mhm.
has to be a certain width for it to be perfect.
Yeah,
I think it's 12 or 11.
I have no clue.
That's what I remember. It's either 12 or 11. I could be wrong. Please don't judge me. I don't remember.
I mean, I have no clue. But yeah, they do that for hours, and then like men try to do it. And, like they like that simulator, and like the doctor goes in,
Mhm.
like
Oh,
they'll explain like
goddamn.
the process, and they'll go to like different, cause they're all like electrical signals. That's what they
Yeah.
do, and they'll just like level it up one at a time, and then by the time they get to like the actual one, they're like, nah, fuck this.
Oh.
But
Uh,
it's definitely eye opening though,
it
as
is.
a man
To
to
see what
like
a woman goes through,
yeah,
especially when they're on their time of the month, you know?
uh
Because all I know is sometimes it's painful for them. Sometimes
mhm,
it's really painful for
yeah,
them. Like, for my girlfriend, obviously, it depends.
mhm.
And I've seen them, and I'm just like, oh my
I
god,
mean,
like,
every woman's different.
yeah. So for me, I just try to comfort her as much as I can. You know,
Yeah, and then it's kind of
just be a
weird.
gentleman. You
Yeah,
know,
it's kind of weird as a man because you don't know what they're going through.
you don't
So
know
it's
what to
really
do.
difficult. It's
You're
really
just
difficult to help out.
you just look like a witness.
And
You
like,
just look like a witness to a murder. You know,
fuck,
in the inside, you could be like, I could have saved him. You know, but in reality, it's like I was in
how?
shock.
Yeah.
You know, petrified. There you go.
Hmm. I know every man's had that experience when like their girl or
With
like
a
someone they
woman.
care about, they're on their
Yeah.
time of the month. They're like, do you want chocolate? Fuck, what do I do?
Or some are like really clingy, and they will
You
like,
just
and then just like get the fuck away from me. Like,
like,
okay, goddamn.
shit, dude. I don't know. Fuck, like what?
Like, watch the attitude, you know. You
Watch
say
that. Like, shut
something.
up.
Oh, you say something. Shut the fuck up, you know.
Like, oh, you done for. That's it. She gonna pull
Yeah.
out that gun on you.
Oh heck no.
Hey, get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah,
Like,
fuck out my house.
fuck, I'll come back next week then.
Next, you know, she's a whole different person. The
No,
first
it's
time you met
like,
her. How's it been? Oh, how's it been?
hey,
How about the death threats you sent me through text?
It's kind of like that drug experience where you wake up and it's like all the texts that your friends send, or like the stories are like, bro, you have no idea what you did.
Oh, what you did, huh? Oh my god, the one with Lewis? That one was crazy. With the raccoon?
Which one?
That one was crazy. Oh my god. I think that's literally, what did he quote?
Oh,
Like, the most redneck thing? Or the most whitest thing ever?
the white trash.
White
It's the
trash
white
thing
trash
ever?
thing. Cause you're fucking wasted. You're in the woods and you see fucking raccoon trying to like square up.
Square up to a raccoon.
Nah,
Poor
fuck
Rocket.
that.
Poor Rocket, bro.
I like how you remember the name. I don't fucking remember.
Rocket? No, that's the raccoon
Oh,
from Guardians of the
shit, yeah.
Galaxy.
How did I not think of that? It's like, no, that was his name.
What's his raccoon's name? No, it's Rocket Raccoon.
Rocket Raccoon. Dude, rest in peace though.
Rest in peace. He shouldn't have died like that, in my opinion. Should have lived a long life. had children, you know.
Baby Groot.
Baby Groot. He did have a kid. His
Did
baby
he?
Groot.
I mean, basically. Yeah, I
Basically,
loved
yeah.
Groot.
Bro, Groot is like honestly hands down the most. I don't want to make it sound weird, but the most beautifully crafted character in a sense of way.
Yeah.
Cause like I remember reading a comic about him. Like it was like, cause in some of the comic stories, spoiler, some comics actually have it where the Guardians of the Galaxy are disbanded for like really deep personal reasons. Some of it was because of Star-Lord actually.
Mm-hmm.
But in this one, it was, I think they just wandered off, cause that's what Rocket and Groot did actually. Sometimes they would wander off and then they would come back,
Mm-hmm.
whenever like the climax of whatever the story is happening. Like in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, remember when like Chris Pratt's character with Gamora, Drax, and went onto Ego's planet, remember? Basically because of his dad.
Yeah.
And then Rocket and Groot
They just wandered off.
and no, they were just left behind to fix the ship and
Oh.
watch over Gamora's adopted sister Nebula. That was really it. That's like a perfect example. And at the end, Yondu, Rocket, and Groot are with them all. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
that's what they do basically. But in this one comic, Rocket gets, I think, abducted by, I want to say, bounty hunters, because he has like, obviously they all have bounties on their head.
Yeah.
Nobody doesn't have a bounty on their head. No matter how good you do or no matter what bad you do, you always have one apparently. And so Groot is just by himself now. And throughout this whole comic, he's voyaging his way throughout the galaxy looking for his best friend. And but like throughout the story, obviously he's by himself in a ship that he does not know how to control, cuz he's always been, you know, passenger seater, you know?
Yeah.
So seeing like this development of a character, like learning how to drive a spaceship for the first time, to having to put fuel in the spaceship, like that was probably the most funniest interactions with the person, because I don't know if you don't know, but his vocal cords are so stiff that apparently the only thing you hear for soft tissued vocal cords organisms like us, we only hear "I am Groot." That's really it.
Mm.
Like I think they explained it in the comics why it's like that. It's just because he's made of wood entirely.
Yeah.
So already stiff as it is. So all I remember is him having a conversation with like, because he went inside like this little gas station that they had on space. I don't know which moon it was. It was like on some planet's moon.
Mm-hmm.
It was so funny. But he goes in, you know, obviously, you know, asking for some gas. Guys tinkering with something. I don't remember, but what. But he asks them, well, you know, what form of pavement are you gonna be doing? All this dude pulls out is a fucking seed out of his back and gives it to him. This Moon Man, I'm gonna quote him as Moon Man, doesn't know what the hell it is, thinks it's valuable and says, "All right, I'll fill you up the tank." Right? Fills up the tank. He obviously Groot is on his way, about to be on his way. Moon Man decides to join him because he does not know what the hell to do with this seed. So he joins him out of nowhere. Next, you know, he goes off more, right? More's into finding his best friend, searching for clues. He goes off to like this bounty hunter, outlawish planet, right? Meets the big honcho. He doesn't get physical with him at first. He does, but then he's like, "I am Groot," and it just walks away. I don't remember what happens. All I know is the big honcho was like, "I fucking love you, man. I love you, bro. I'm gonna stick with you," and then joins him, leaving everything he had like on that planet and just joins Groot, along with Moon Man, still trying to find a way how to work the damn seed. Like, it's so funny with his interactions. And then next you know, he finds a space princess. She joins up with him, obviously, because Groot is Groot. Like, it's just his persona and the way he's crafted, I want to say, is he just brings people together.
Yeah.
And that's like literally the most beautiful thing humans should be doing, you know?
Mhm.
We shouldn't be like pushing people out because of what they are or skin color or their history, you know? Because obviously past is the past.
Yeah. There's so much division nowadays, especially like with the elections going on. Like I don't get into politics.
I don't want to either.
Yeah. But there's just so much like there's people that'll boycott a place or that'll stop talking to someone simply because they don't agree with their politics
For their beliefs, yeah.
for their beliefs, and it's why why bother?
Yeah.
Like I'll use Chick-fil-A as an example because I
Mhm.
love Chick-fil-A.
Mhm.
I go there way too much.
It's
like,
okay, I do too.
yeah.
But I don't go there like so many times.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'll definitely go at least once a week.
Yeah, that's me too.
Yeah, but there's people that'll stop going simply because they believe in a certain system or like they have certain beliefs
Mhm.
or whatever, and they're like, yeah, fuck Chick-fil-A.
Or because
And I'm
the
like,
number one
well,
reason is because I'm not gonna be like, you know, directly attacking them. It's because of like their belief in abortions.
yeah, because they're Christians, so
Yeah.
they have like that conservative Christian mindset, which I
Yeah.
mean, it's just
Not
another
all,
point
not
of
all,
view.
but
Yeah, but
some of them do.
yeah, but it's just like why, like those are those beliefs. You have to respect them.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, obviously we all have to do our best to
Yeah,
really.
and then there's so many people, and it's both sides. I'm like
Yeah.
I'm basically tagging both sides because like there's some like, oh yeah, no, I don't talk to this person anymore. I found out they're Republican. Or
Mhm.
like, oh yeah, this person's a Democrat. I don't want to talk to him. Or like, it's just back and forth. It's like,
Yeah.
why do we need that division?
Mhm. I mean, it's just if we can all get along somehow, I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
Without this whole criticizing each other and attacking
Yeah,
each other,
yeah.
really. But obviously, this is the world that we live in now. So
Mhm.
trying to find a sense of peace
Yeah,
in terms, it's like almost unobtainable.
because really we're just like we're one race.
Mhm.
It's all one race, and we're really like a part of something way bigger.
Than what we
People don't
think,
realize.
yeah,
People don't realize that.
because they're so small-minded,
Yeah, like
and
going.
they really, not to be rude or anything, but most people are just really caring about themselves, not really about others.
Yeah.
And sometimes the only thing they would pay attention about is if there's anything happening down their block,
Mhm.
or say their mayor or their president, for say. I'm just using these as an example. It's not really attacking, but
Mhm.
that's probably the only times they'll ever care. But then you see people like us where we do care what's going on, you know? But like sometimes speaking out loud isn't really the best option at
Mhm.
times. Because the next you know, a whole fucking fight just happens.
Yeah.
And it's just ridiculous. Like, a perfect example would be the Black Lives Matter um, awareness. Like, I do support it. Like, I do believe we should all be equal, no matter our skin tone. I was raised like that. But being suppressed and oppressed, really, isn't really the way to go because of our fucking skin tone, you know? And I did go to one of those rallies. And trust me, I did catch a fucking bullet. I didn't want to see nothing about that shit. Like, to be honest with you, I'm not social medially active. I don't really look at certain things. But whenever it's something huge like Black Lives Matter, I did get into it, but not social medially. I did it in person. I did my part because that's all we can do. Catching a fucking rubber bullet the size of like my goddamn fist, ooh, that was painful. I'm telling you, I had
Where'd
like
it hit you?
right here on my thigh,
Ooh.
right here. The bruise was excruciatingly big, and that was something. It scared the hell out of
I
me,
bet
to
you
be honest.
probably still see it.
No, it's gone
It's
now.
gone.
After some time now, ooh,
Mhm.
all I know is Amazon. I was limping,
Fuck.
man. But, um, but because of speaking up for equality, there's that other side that decided to use this as an advantage to loot, vandalize, destroy, really just doing the complete opposite of what we, the good doers, or well,
Yeah.
quote unquote good doers, are trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just ridiculous, really. And not only that, once again, we have to use dead people to initiate this again. Because obviously, we've had different forefathers who were colored and trying to push this through. They got killed. Next, you know, there's somewhat equality brought. Not even 100%.
Oh yeah, it's definitely still out there for sure.
Yeah.
Like you see, like you go to neighborhoods, like you go to like not or what's the word? Like these poor neighborhoods, these communities,
Mhm.
and like most of them you see like black or like Latinos,
Mhm.
like they can't really make it out of their work because there's no way. Like it's literally a lack of education. Like they don't invest in those properties.
Yeah.
They don't invest in those places. And that's kind of what happens because I remember I talk about this book a lot. It's called Hillbilly Elegy.
Hillbilly.
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 Like hillbillies, like
Mhm.
Kentucky,
Yeah.
like those places.
Yeah.
But basically, it was talking about how they grow up in this, like, even then, they grow up in this family mindset.
Mhm.
Like, the little town, like,
Are they all different? That's the question.
what do you mean?
Like, different. Every character is different.
No, it's a narrative. It's based off of a true story. I mean,
Oh,
it's
really?
it's an autobiography.
Autobiography. Got
Yeah,
it.
I can't remember the guy's name, but he ended up going to Harvard, and then like he's an
Wow.
author. So he made it out of there
Look at that.
basically, and he wrote a book about it. Basically, what he was saying is that they
Mhm.
still grow up in that like family mindset, but just because they grow up in that small town
Mhm.
that they don't get to experience what goes on. They don't know
My
that
bad.
there's something. No, you're good. They don't know that there's something else. Like there's something more than
There's
that.
more out there.
There's way
Not
more out
just
there.
not
Yeah.
just your local town.
Yeah. But it's just so difficult to get out of there because really, like, and then this is something I say a lot: the comfort zone's the most dangerous place you can be.
Yeah.
Like, I know if I start getting comfortable, I'm like, nope, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
Like, if I fall into a certain routine and I know that I'm not moving forward, I'm like, gotta get
Yeah.
out of here. Gotta do something new. Gotta be different. Because that's really how you grow.
Yeah.
That's-
Especially with like the American dream, you know.
Yeah, that's how you grow. Like, just as a person in general,
Mhm.
you learn because of your bad experiences and like your traumas. That's the best way to learn, I believe. Like bad experience, and then that's kind of what he was saying. And then like you go to these neighborhoods, and they're the same way. Like it's like these little families, like they take care of each other, etc.
Mhm.
And like even with a gang, you can go to like the gang wars and all of that. And like they're still doing the same thing. Like they still have that little town, but now it's like, oh yeah, these people are trying to invade us. Whatever, we gotta go
Mhm.
protect ourselves. So that's when all of that starts happening. Like the crime goes up,
Yeah.
but it's just because it's simply because they don't know that there's more out there.
Yeah.
Like they literally don't know. And then I know Kevin Hart. Shout out to him. He has a great thing. Like he's working with Chase Bank right now.
Mhm.
And what he'll do is he'll go down to like schools in different neighborhoods, and he'll
In
talk
like those
about
places.
yeah. 'Cause,
Wow.
I mean, he made it out of there as well. He's also one of
Yeah.
those like LeBron also made it out. Like basically
Any big
mo-
name person.
any big name, especially that are black, they
Yes.
lived there at some point. They just figured out how to make it out. And like what they're trying to do is like, hey, there's something more out there than just like drugs and getting caught up,
Violence, really.
violence. Yeah, there's way more.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what Kevin Hart talks about.
Mhm.
He has this thing with Chase going on. He'll go down to neighborhoods and he'll talk about like what a credit card does and like signing up for a
Yeah.
bank. He'll try to get people to do that because that's really how you start making it out. You start learning how money really works.
Yeah. It's not just.
Yeah, because you'll be like that hustler. You'll be
Yeah.
making quick cash off of drugs, and like
Mhm.
it's only gonna get you so far
Until you're caught.
until
Unless
you're
you're
caught.
freaking
Yeah,
Pablo Escobar.
but he still got caught.
But he still got caught.
You still got killed. You're it's only gonna take you so far. You can be Pablo Escobar, you're still gonna get caught.
No matter what you do.
Yeah.
Especially with like even modern day, it's almost impossible.
Yeah. And that's kind of what he does. And like his point is that you can't really get a white man in a suit to go down to a neighborhood and talk to these poor black kids about money, because they're like, what do you know about? What do you know about us? Like he
What do you
doesn't
know
know.
about us? You don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he
We
grew
all
up.
live in different places.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like you get like a Kevin Hart figure that actually lived through that and he made it out of that. He can go back
Yeah.
and talk to those type of people. And like I know LeBron has a similar thing with like the I Promise school.
Mhm.
Like he's setting up schools in like inner cities.
Wow.
Like especially like Akron, Ohio, because that's where he was from.
Yeah.
Like in Ohio, that's what he'll do. He'll set up schools
Mhm.
so like people can go in, like they'll eat for free, they could get to learn for free, like all of that.
Yeah.
And like we need more people like that.
We do for sure.
Like people that can make it out and like
And tell their story and give their part as you can do it too.
yeah.
If I can do it, you can do
Yeah.
it.
Like that's really like one thing. Like I see these people, I see these big names, and I'm always talking about like Kanye West, because he's also really big on that. Is that people try to cancel him, but it's just, I mean, they don't listen.
That too, and also his portrayal on social media isn't really that much of a huge influence.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's because he's not on
it
social
depends.
media.
I mean that, yeah. And whenever like he does something, it's most likely.
Well, the difference is he's a doer.
Yeah.
He'll go off of social media like months at a time. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
here's this brand new shoe, and it's sold out in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know how the fuck he does it.
I mean,
Like,
then again, he's such obviously he has such influence too because of like his name.
Oh yeah, but
music,
I mean,
you
even at the very beginning, like before he was even a rapper, like people didn't see him as a rapper, and as a rapper.
Yeah, and obviously you got talked down to.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get
they
belittled, berated, you name
yeah,
it.
yeah. They fucked him over because they loved his music, but because he started out as a producer, but even then, like they said that his music was whack, so it's like, all right, and it was that obsession that drove him.
All right,
So,
watch
like,
this.
Yeah, he like watched this, and he started sampling like soul music. Like he would sample like Marvin Gaye, he would sample
Yeah.
Curtis Mayfield,
Mhm.
like that soul. So it had that nostalgic feeling, but it was also something new. So it wasn't that gangsta rap anymore that was going on in the 90s. It's like,
And also followed up to the 2000s.
because really Kanye was the person who changed all of that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what he talks about, because he wasn't wearing a jersey, like he was wearing that pink polo, like a nice backpack. He was dressed in Italian clothing.
Really, I did
Yeah.
not know that.
I mean, he was never like that thug figure.
Mhm.
So that's why they always like didn't see him like
They try to
he's not,
portray.
yeah, like he's not gonna make it. Like he's not gonna be a rapper. Like stick to producing.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Fuck yeah, I'm gonna be a rapper." He dropped Jesus Walks, and they didn't like it.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, it's like the #1 song in the album.
Yeah,
Just
I
'cause he
think.
said, fuck it, and like
I think yeah.
over and over, he's been doing that for his entire career, like proving people wrong. Like from the beginning, they tried to cancel him. They didn't want him to be a rapper.
Mhm.
And then next thing you know, he started talking about shoes. Like I'm gonna make the best shoes, blah blah blah.
Yeah, his Yeezys.
Yeah, with Nike.
Oh, he first started with Nike.
Yeah, he started out with Nike. Yeah.
It didn't work out.
The reason it didn't work out was because they didn't let him create. Because he had like this really strict deal with them. Because Nike's Nike, so they're obviously gonna try to like get as much money as possible.
Yeah.
So he wasn't really making money off the Yeezys, and they would only let him create like 2 pairs or a pair every 2 years.
A limited amount. Damn.
Like 1 pair of shoes every 2 years.
And you
something
compare
like
that to
Yeah.
the Jordans, you know.
And then
Jeez.
you
that's awful.
get a creator. Like, can you imagine being an artist? Like you sing.
Yeah.
And like all of that. If you want to sing, and like you go up to a person, the person says, "I'm gonna give you money, but you can only make 1 song every 2 years."
That's awful.
Yeah, you're gonna say fuck
Actually,
that.
a good example would be the directors for Avatar, The Last Airbender. Did you hear about how they were making like a live adaptation of it for Netflix, right?
Mm-hmm.
Main reason was because Netflix wasn't following their their views, like their passion. If
Mhm.
anything, they were just caring about themselves. It's crazy. It's just like that.
Yeah.
And that's why they dipped, which is most likely the reason we're not going to have a live action one, you know?
Mhm.
But that's like a recent
Yeah.
similarity to that.
But excuse me.
You're good.
He was at Nike. They didn't let him create, and they would talk shit. They were saying like, oh yeah, that's
Did he
just
actually make shoes? That's my question.
yeah,
Did the shoes actually come out?
the
Oh,
Red
wow.
Octobers. They
I don't know much about
oh okay. Anyways, the Red October. You can talk to my brother. He'll go all day about that.
it. Actually, recently I got Jordan 1's
Mm.
Spider-Man origin story.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I mean, I just know small stuff.
Yeah,
Not,
yeah,
not
yeah.
crazy.
Here, I'm gonna look up when it came out, but it was around 2010.
Oh,
No,
wow.
it was a little. It was after.
So like 14,
When
13.
Oh shit, no, it was 2014.
Oh, wow.
Or it was the Air Yeezy 2.
Air
So
Yeezy 2. Let me see.
they retail at $250. Here, it's these. You've probably seen them.
No. No.
Well, yeah, okay. So they retail at $250.
Mhm.
They sold out within 5 minutes,
Jeez, really?
if that. You go online today.
Like Stock X. How much are they?
You can find them. Well,
Actually, I'm
they
curious.
sold out. They sold out right away.
Yeah.
They were going up in the resale market up to $100,000, if not more.
100,000.
Yeah.
Dude, that's like a solid price for what is it? For a house.
Yeah.
Wait, what were they called?
The Red Octobers. Right now, you can still find them online for like
Oh, yeah, I just found
15,000,
them. I just
like
found them.
20,000. That's how much they cost.
Actually, depends on what size you're looking at.
Yeah, but they're still like $10,000 shoes, and it's simply because like they're
Jeez. A size 7 is $35,000.
yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and they were saying it wouldn't work.
Well, it did.
Well, yeah, it did.
Especially for resale. Dude, whoever's going to get that much money, whew. That's a lot.
Cause they first. I'm gonna see when he first dropped shoes. First Nike shoe.
But the whole point is,
It
he
was
proved them all wrong.
yeah. It was in 2009. That was the Air Yeezy. That was the original.
Oh, really?
And then 2012, 2014 was the Air Yeezy 2. Like the
Mhm.
Red Octobers with 2014. So he dropped those three for Nike, and he said, "Fuck it, I'm going to Adidas."
Which he has obviously made the right decision.
Yeah, because now, 2019, 2020, he has $1 billion shoe company.
I know.
And it happened in the span of not even 10 years.
I know. It was like, what, a year? Not even a year, I feel like.
Well, he started making shoes with Adidas in 2015.
Mm.
Because the Red Octobers, or like the Air Yeezy 2, were 2014.
Got
Nike,
it.
and that was the last shoe. And then he went to Adidas 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, and then shit, even 2016 he was in debt. Cause remember like that
Really?
whole cause there were like giant tweet rants, and then he got hospitalized, etc. It was
Oh, I briefly remember.
yeah.
I don't remember
There was so
much.
much going on at the time. Next thing you know, it's 2019. Not even 3 years later, he's a billionaire. Cause
I mean,
he
I
just
mean,
proved
yeah.
he just proved people wrong. It's like fuck it, I'm gonna make these shoes work.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's what Jordan did in 30 plus years.
Like 85, yeah.
He started out in 85. What he did from like then to now, Kanye did it in a few years.
In a few years, yeah.
That's just like how innovative he is.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's working on another shit, but people don't listen to him.
Not only that, it's also a new generation as
Yeah.
well
Yeah.
of influence as well.
Mhm.
Because then it wasn't easy. Now
But I mean,
you can
even
literally just get a
yeah.
laptop and then start doing stuff.
But even then, he was still Michael Jordan.
yeah.
He was still like the biggest name on earth,
Oh yeah.
other than like Michael Jackson. But still,
But yeah.
But he was the biggest name on earth, and like I said, Kanye did made it, or he built his $1 billion empire in like not even a decade,
Mm-hmm.
and like he just produces so much. He's one of those few people. He just produces so much,
Mm-hmm.
and he really does want to help. Like you go back to his interviews, that's all he talks about, how he wants to help people. Like you see him compare himself to like Walt Disney, Steve Jobs, Picasso, those type of
Mm-hmm.
people. But I mean, they did the same thing. Like
Yeah.
like people called Steve Jobs crazy. Like they kicked him out of his company in the 90s. I don't know
I
if you
did
knew
not know
that, man.
that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they kicked him out in the 90s. And that should bring him back in like 99 or 2000 cuz Apple was going under. And like cuz Steve Jobs, yeah, cuz in the 90s they kicked him out, and I believe it was John Scully who became CEO and
Mm-hmm.
like top person at Apple. And Steve Jobs said, "Fuck it. I'm going to make like my own computer."
Mm-hmm.
And he started getting really big. He started rivaling Apple, and
Yeah.
Apple started going under. And they tried to buy him out, but he wouldn't do it until they eventually convinced him. And then
All right, you can come back.
yeah, and
We'll
then
take that L.
2001 was when he created the iPod.
Oh wow.
But it wasn't the iPod Touch. It was like
Yeah.
the iPod, the original one.
Yeah.
And then
Like the MP3, right?
yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah, yeah.
MP3.
And it was only 1,000 songs. But even then, back in the day, like, oh shit, it's 1,000
That's
songs.
amazing.
That's 1,000 songs. And then you go to 2020, it's a $2 trillion company.
Yeah. See that?
And now, well, I say most of us because you don't have an iPhone. Like,
Yeah.
most people have a Steve Jobs product.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you see Steve Jobs everywhere.
Yeah.
And people try to cancel him. I mean, he was canceled for a number of times.
But he made it out big.
Yeah, he made it out. And now everyone's walking around with Steve Jobs in their pocket or on their wrist.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, we need more of those people.
Mm-hmm. Who really have a big influence.
Yeah. And like Elon Musk as well, it's a great example. We're seeing Teslas everywhere now.
Oh, especially in Austin. Have you seen pictures of the construction now?
I haven't seen the pictures, but I know he's moving over there. I'm glad he is.
I am glad too, but I'm not ready for the Californians to come.
I mean, they've been coming. They've been here for
I
years
know.
already, yeah.
But I'm
Like-
not ready for them to come here for him. Oh,
For Tesla.
yeah, the Tesla. That's what I'm not ready for.
Yeah, like you go up north in Frisco. Like, I don't know if you've been there recently.
Like last month.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, it's the same thing. But you see all that construction that's going on, like all these new companies.
Dude, everywhere you go, there's always freaking
Yeah,
construction.
yeah. Like Toyota just put their headquarters up there.
Really?
Yeah, like I know AT&T has something going on up there. T-Mobile, Chase, you name it,
Wow.
they're over here now. Like California, it's just a giant mess. To like put
Over
it
the
in a few
years,
words.
it has been.
Yeah, especially like I haven't been there, but like I'll
Mhm.
hear people talk about it, like how fucked up like the homeless situation is over there.
Oh, for sure. I've only been there once, and that was like to stay there overnight and then come back to Dallas in one morning.
That doesn't count.
I only was there for like, I want to say 12 hours.
Yeah. No, that doesn't count.
It does count because I've stepped on that soil.
Was it LA?
Huh?
Was it LA or where was it?
I think it was close to LA. I don't remember, to be honest.
It was one of those like outskirts cities.
Outskirts cities.
Yeah.
But it was still next to the coast. That was the thing. Like I think if you look at my Instagram, my first post, that's the picture I took when I was at LA.
Yeah.
Or well, not LA, but in California.
But you have to see how crazy expensive it is.
Oh yeah, gas. Ooh,
Not even that, like
everything.
you pay a few $1,000s for rent.
A few thousand. Like
Yeah.
what? Like 7,000.
Well, let's say you're paying. I honestly don't remember. Like this can be completely inaccurate. I have no clue. But
Mm-hmm.
like you can be paying like 2,000 or 3,000 a month, with like 4 other roommates.
God dang.
So like you're sharing like a small space, like 4 other
Dude.
people. And then you come to Texas, you can buy a fucking house with that.
Dude, you could use that as like even as a down
Yeah,
payment. It's
yeah,
crazy.
that's
Also, depending on where you live too.
yeah, but still, I mean, it's still relatively cheap. But it's just
Yeah.
like you go up to like Silicon Valley, like
Mhm.
San Francisco's like the most expensive city you can go.
Oh jeez.
I think over there, if you want to buy a parking spot, it's like
Oh shit.
80,000 a year,
80,000.
a year.
Oh my goodness,
And I'm
dude.
not making this up, because I actually read it.
You've read into it.
It was like around $80,000 a year for a parking spot.
Dude, I could use that for a house.
Yeah,
That is
exactly.
ridiculous. For a parking spot?
For a parking spot.
How stingy are you willing to pay 80,000 for your own parking spot?
I don't know what you have to do, but like that's why people like that's why Texas has been getting so many California people.
Cuz we're so cheap.
Well, it's not because we're so cheap. It's just like our politics and like the way we run things here is
It's very
very
different.
different, but in a good way. Because here we welcome businesses.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I know Elon Musk got like a $80 billion tax break
Oh
for
yeah.
moving to Austin, and like this one thing I don't understand. Like it's not political. It's just like economics.
Mhm.
But people start talking about the rich and like, yeah, tax the rich, blah blah blah. Like Elon Musk doesn't need $80 billion. None of it's his money.
I know.
Like it's all, especially like we'll go back, we'll go to Amazon just because like you can relate to it.
Yeah.
But like people talk shit that Jeff Bezos, the richest man, like Jeff Bezos doesn't need $150 billion.
Yeah.
Like, well, first of all, Jeff Bezos doesn't have $150 billion.
Yeah.
It's all Amazon's money.
Mhm.
It just happens to be under his name,
Exactly.
but he doesn't. He
Because it's his asset, that's the thing.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And he has to use that like he's gonna reinvest that money into Amazon. That's why.
Obviously.
Yeah, and then like shit, how many people work at one warehouse, give or take?
Whew. I want to say like 3,000 to 4,000.
Mm-hmm.
Well, obviously it's been cut, but I want to say I want to say like
But
3,000.
that's that one warehouse.
Most likely.
Yeah, and then like people will bitch at him because he has 124,000, but or 100 whatever the fuck billions he has.
Now.
But if it's not for that, you're not gonna have a job. Like if it wasn't for Jeff Bezos and his billions,
I know.
you're gonna be unemployed.
For me, yeah.
Yeah,
That's an actual truth right there. Shout out to Jeff Bezos.
yeah. But it's just again, he has that vision
Yeah.
because he started out just selling books. But the reason he started selling books online is because the internet was brand new. It was in the late '90s, and
Oh, yeah. I'm
books are the most diverse thing you can sell. Yet it's still one specific product.
Yeah.
Like his thing was books. But books are infinite. There's books about everything. So that was his thing.
Yeah.
That's how he started off Amazon. And he just had that vision. Next thing you know, 20 years later, he's worth over 100 billion. But because of that, he employs hundreds of thousands of people.
That,
Because
that
of that
obviously
one
decide
man.
to leave.
Yeah. And because of that one man, there's hundreds of thousands of people with a job
Mm-hmm.
that are employed, and then you get these politicians that are like, nope, he has to pay us.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna do shit with that money. Like we all
Honestly.
know. You've seen I-35. Everyone that lives in Texas has seen I-35, 635. You
It's
go
a
down to
fucking mess.
you go down to Austin. Same
Dude,
thing.
oh my god. Let me tell you how many freaking road bumps I've almost hit because of how damn narrow the highway is. It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and then you get these politicians like, oh yeah, you have to pay us. Like you're not gonna do shit with that money. Like fix the damn highway for us. You're not gonna do
I
shit with it.
know.
And then like you get Jeff Bezos, you get him to keep the money. You know, now he has more to invest. So
Mhm.
now more people have jobs. Like uh, that new gigafactory that Tesla's building.
Mhm.
Like that's gonna be a few thousand jobs right there.
A lot.
And then not even that, but like people that are gonna keep the facility running, custodians,
You name
like
it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's gonna be thousands of people are gonna benefit from that.
Mhm.
And then if next thing you know, like oh yeah, the billionaires have to start paying their taxes. Well, they're not gonna have money anymore to invest. They're gonna go to fucking China and do business there,
Yeah.
or like some other country.
Yeah, which is right now isn't doing too good.
Yeah, but that's kind of where I am at that
Mhm.
in terms of like that's why a lot of people from California are leaving.
Mhm.
And then even I won't get into this. I'll get into this after we get off the air. But like even me starting my own company,
Mhm.
I've been seeing like all these places and like different tax laws, all of that. And
Just the
then yeah,
statistics of everything.
and the number one it's funny because the number one thing they told me is like try to avoid doing business in California because it's way too expensive
I
over there. I'm
mean,
like
it is true. Avoid doing business
yeah, yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
I might as well just go to China and Well, no. I might as well go to like Hong Kong, if anything, and then
Hmm.
I can easily start up a business. It's ridiculous.
I think New York is getting there soon. To be honest,
Really?
they're getting close to that California
Ooh.
mess because it's already crazy expensive to live there.
Yeah.
And then like you have these like certain politics that are anti bit or I'm not.
That mainly surround that area.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're not
Yeah.
anti business in that, but they're like more. They need to quote pay their share,
Mhm.
and it's like, well, they're just gonna go to New Jersey if you're not gonna let them do business there.
I mean, yeah.
Like that's exactly what they're gonna do.